here from Chef's Clan War Mechanics, welcoming you all to another episode, and this one is going to be the death of a Town Hall 10. Well, we have an interesting concept of a Town Hall 10v10 over here in Mercs Rising, which belongs to the Mercs Legion family of clans. Now, what happens here is that each week, they post in their announcements channel, they have a special server in Discord for this purpose, for the 10v10 Academy nights. And each week what they do is they just post the picture of a tunnel 10 base without the trap locations, or sometimes even with the trap locations. And then what you guys have to do is you guys have to bring your best attack strategies to the table, and then at a pre-decided time we would all be like gathering over here in Mercs Rising and try to pick up that base. Now, this is one concept of the death of a Channel 10. Now, the second concept is when they put up a YouTube video showing how to 3-star that base, and then you start over. First of all, you just copy that exact same army, you try to imitate that attack, and once you start getting tagged, what you are trying to do is you would be trying to tweak that army in order to study the base, to analyze it, and to get success out of it. We all at Channel 10 need help, and I think this is the best way to obtain that help when you have got those bases, those max bases. So here is going to be my first attempt on this particular base. First of all, have a look at the base design, guys. So pretty solid, a CWL level base, and here is my first attempt on this particular base. So what I decided is to use some impressive baller bounces, but the second bounce is not gonna get a lot of value there. The zombie camps, not really a lot of hit points on those to sustain the second bounces. So we have the golem, and we do have the king, the queen, all of those deployed. This one is more like a shattered hobo. So we have hawks, we have ballers, and we have two golem entry. What I notice here is that I do not need two skeleton spells. Actually, we'll eventually come to that in just a moment. Plus, the jump spell location is also questionable because the jump spell does not lead anywhere to the opponent queen. So, so many mistakes done here, which finally what I realize is that do not get the queen no matter how hard I try without the poison spell, because the witch just keeps on endlessly spawning skeletons. So that is how the first try ends at a 30% 0-star. Then I do go in again, but even this time I do not take the poison. So I think the next time is where I'm gonna take the poison, and then I also get a suggestion: don't bring columns against a single Inferno tower, which I'm gonna implement not this time but the next time. So this time I'm deciding to use these archers instead of ballers for those corner buildings. We have the golem going in, we have the queen. There's a reason why I do not use the king on the king, because this golem eventually is gonna walk outside the range of this cannon, and once that happens the cannon starts shooting at my barbarian king. So this time I decide to use the king further up top, and my queen is gonna outrange the cannon anyway. So we also have the ballers trying to create the funnel, and on those two flanks we finally have the king. Now look at the improved jump spell location that is just going to come down in a moment, and now with that kind of jump the king can now aggro with his ability and target that queen. We also have the skeleton spell trying to distract that single Inferno tower. Unfortunately my king does go down, but this attack is looking really solid. Only if the opponent queen goes down. But just look at it this way, guys. Even if the CC and the queen had went down, there was a lot of base remaining. We had so many wizard towers. I think literally all 4 wizard towers. We had a bomb tower. We had that single Inferno. We had all those 3 expos, and all we had for that is 23 Howl Riders and 2 freaking heal spells. So that was not gonna work, and those guys suggested on voice that use giants against single Infernos, or come from an area that is not kind of like that is not protected by single Inferno. So what I decide is that I am gonna try to approach at this base from the bottom, and this time I'm gonna use the 2 golem kill score on the same one but I'm gonna approach it from the bottom. So let us see what happens there. We do have ballers only for the funnel, saving the wizards for the cleanup here. And this wall breakers, unfortunately, this wall breakers get splashed by the wizard tower splash. We do also have a hole in the base, which we are gonna utilize. But that is only gonna grab the partial CC lure, so not the best whole utilization there because now the baby dragon the witch is something I'm gonna have to deal with outside of the poison spell. So my queen is gonna step up eventually and gonna take that stuff out. But this looks like a nice opener to me because I mean look at the ballers. The ballers, while standing in that channel, they are going to take out the bomb tower. The queen with her ability is gonna finish that single inferno. In come the hog riders. We do have the hog riders incoming from 12 o'clock, and we do have the first heal spell going down on the top group of hog riders. Think I lose a couple there, but anyway, I mean, this attack was looking really solid up to this point, where we still had one heal spell left over, and I mean that heal spell is also going to cover the bomb tower. But what happens is, look at those Teslas outside the base, and we also the cleanup on this particular one was just not that good, to be honest. So and the hog riders vanish anyway. So what I think is that the kill squad not getting a lot of value in this particular attack. The internet connection is giving me some issues there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wait. No, we are not gonna wait. Come on, just don't do this to me live in a video. Okay, now that is not giving the bit. Okay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused to you guys, but I'm just gonna try to fix this up ASAP. Why would we use 3G? Why would we be using data on a 3G network when we can do that on 4G, right? Come on. Okay, so finally it. I think it is fixed now. Alright, so we are gonna log in back again into the game. And alright, so the 57% 1-star was there. Now guys, I mean we were actually pretty close to 3-star in that base. I mean even if there were like 45 defenses left, we were pretty close to 3-starring it. And so there were a few more attacks on this particular base, and people tried the girl alloons, and then people tried the what does he try? The Angel of Love. I think he tries the HEHP, which is also great. But then I get another shot at the base, and this time I'm gonna actually pretty much get a decent person 2-star. Well, this is actually going to be a 2-star. Not quite, because I'm gonna rage quit. We're gonna present battle. So gonna use the same entry because I noticed that entry does get a lot of value there. But what happens is this time I'm not gonna grab the CC lure. And also this time I noticed that the wall breakers were not really needed because that single jump spell gets literally everything accomplished. So there are a few mistakes on the this entry, on the basis of which I'm gonna improve the next attack, gonna do away with the wall breakers, plus gonna make the kill squad work a bit more smooth. And look at the queen. The queen steps into the bottom this time, which is quite unfortunate, but the ballers do get that single inferno anyway. So also we have the CC hogs at the top, and we have our main hogs at the bottom. So that is also one tweak there. It won't make a whole lot of difference, but we have the first heal. The first heal could also have covered the expo. I mean, come on, let's be honest. So we also have a few more flanking hog riders, and what I notice is that I need the hogs, the main group of hogs, to be at the Inferno Tower. I need the Inferno Tower to go down, right? So we need more hog riders towards the Inferno Tower side of things. And we also, what I notice is that Alien came towards the back end of the base with that bomb tower, the spring traps. And I mean, this is really close here. We were almost gonna get the 2nd star. a high percentage, um, but you know it just is not going to be 3-star because we had like 45 defenses left again, but a lot close than the last time. And well, finally, I'm gonna show you the final fail on this base, and then we'll actually come to the 3-star attack because I do end the 3-starring it. So this time, using the baller bounces for the funnel, but let's see what the golems do. So the golems step up, eventually tanking for those ballers. Baller bounces gonna help me create a massive funnel into the base. We have the king, we have the queen going in at different angles. We do away with the wall breakers this time, guys. No wall breakers. Gonna bring in 2 extra hall riders. We have the shattered golem entry, the poison pre-plays, the charm pre-plays, but unfortunately some ballers do walk away, which is going to be the I would say the attack wrecking fundamental here. I also use the skeleton spell on the single inferno, and what that does is keeps the single inferno away from my king for a whole lot of time. My king eventually does go down. So anyway, we are gonna start with the same kind of Hall Rider deployment. So I mean, it is just minor tweaks and minor adjustments, guys. We are not changing the army composition a whole lot. We are not changing the angle of entry in the base a whole lot. But what happens is I decided to keep my golems away from the Inferno Tower, so that is why I decided to come in from 9 o'clock. Why just go in and waste both of your columns, waste all of that tankage coming straight in on that Inferno Tower. Yeah, and that does make sense, but we are not changing the army, we are not changing things a whole lot. We are just making minor tweaks, minor adjustments, and this time it is still a lot closer, but I would let this attack run at 4x speed because I wanted the percentage just as a confidence boost this time. So the percentage is going to be what? I'm not sure it's going to be what, but I think it's going to be 91 percentage. So this was a boost to my confidence because the first time I tried this base was just 30%, and now let's finally look at the attack that tripled it. And look at the army composition, guys. The same army. So the same army tripling the base, the same army failing, and the same army getting a 91%. And difference is, look at that. This time we have the ballers, but at different angles. We have the kiln. We do not use the wizard as a sacrifice on that barrack. This time we let that attack build up, and our main group of ballers is gonna be a bit up top, targeted on that wizard tower, so that nothing is gonna go astray here. Nothing is gonna stray around the base. That's what I'm trying to say. The poison, the witch is down. The baby dragon is killed by the queen, and this time we also have the skeleton spell preemptively. Where is my barbarian king though? Okay, the barbarian king does go walk here, and what that actually means is the king is not gonna die to the single inferno tower. Look at the health on those hog riders. Oh my. We have got more hog riders coming in from the top. Now the barbarian king going on a walk. What this is actually going to do is this is going to be killing the opponent barbarian king. So the king going on a walk here does save this attack, I would say. I mean, the opponent barbarian king dies to my barbarian king, and once that happens, this base is all gone. This base is crushed, to be honest. I mean, not crushed because the hog riders are not what finishes this base, but and it's not going to be this single solitary baller, but we have got a decent amount of like 5 to 6 ballers left up top that who are going to eventually at the bottom gonna finish this can. Can is not gonna fight against the whole world. We have got 67 ballers walking, and on the can that is going to be the 3-star. So at Mercs Rising, what they teach us is how to 3-star tunnel 10s, because we all need help at tunnel 10, and they also have a tunnel 9 academy. So if you do want their Discord server link, that would be down in the description below, and steps on how to join those guys would be down in the description. This is going to be Chef from Chef's Clan War Mechanics. Just found a new concept and thought I would bring it out to you guys. See you guys later. Bye bye for now.